Today we're going to do some training on how to do fish print t-shirts for kindergartners. So this is our Vista lesson F for kindergarten. So there's a few different steps involved. Usually this project is done by all 3 kindergarten classes at the same time. So the docents for the 3 classes should email and coordinate a date and a time when they're going to set up all the stations out in the kindergarten playground area outside of the classrooms. It's easier to do it this way because there's quite a bit involved in setting up the paint stations and the fish, and it's easier if they just get them all done at the same time. So the first thing, each class will be receiving t-shirts. The t-shirts are actually light blue colored t-shirts generally, and they're supplied by the kindergarten teachers. They use funds that they collected at the beginning of the year from parents. So they will be provided. So each docent will receive their t-shirts in advance. The t-shirts need to be prepared. So to do that, each t-shirt should have a piece of wax paper pinned on the inside. So here's our t-shirt. On the inside, the wax paper is inserted. That one got into the paint. Let's get another one. The reason why we pin a piece of wax paper on the inside of the t-shirt is so that when the fish prints are printed on the front of the shirt, so the paint doesn't go through to the back, because otherwise it'll soak through to the back and the back will have some paint blotches on it. So the wax paper has been inserted into the inside of the shirt, and then we have safety pins that we provide along with the wax paper. These are supplies that are found in the Art Vista closet kindergarten area. So the wax paper is just pinned into place. And this has to be done for all 30 t-shirts, and then the docent will bring their t-shirts to the fish printing day. So that's prepared. You may want to put 2 or 3. You could put one at the bottom as well to make sure it's in place. And then this one's ready. So for this project, it's best to bring children out in groups of 2 or 3 at a time instead of the whole class coming out, because when the child comes to print their fish, they can only really do it one at a time. So we just work them through in small groups. At the fish printing day out in the playground, there should be 2 stations. One station is where the child will create the fish print onto their t-shirt, and the other station is where they'll take their fish printed t-shirt and add some background items. And they use sponges and straws and some different things, so I'll walk through how they do that. So here's the child's t-shirt, and we begin by painting up these rubber fish. It's also important to note, before the child prints their fish, we need to write their name on the tag so that we know whose shirt belongs to who. So let's put the name on the tag. So you're not writing it on the shirt, just on the tag there. So that one's ready to go. So the child walks over with their t-shirt, and we find out what colors they would like. Generally, for each fish, you can put 2 different colors on the fish instead of just one color, which makes it a little bit more exciting for them. You use these foam brushes to paint the special paint. This paint is fabric paint, so it won't wash out in the laundry when the child washes the shirt at home. So this painting of the fish is done by the Art Vista helpers, not by the children, because we just need to put the right amount. So now that the fish is painted and ready to be printed on the shirt, again, the Art Vista parent takes the t-shirt and places it over the fish in the center of the front of the t-shirt. At this point, we have the children come and push like this with their hands on the fish to make sure that all the different details of the fish are going to come out on the t-shirt. And then the fun part, the parent helper lifts up the shirt and unveils the fish print to the child. So that it comes out really well. You can see the different scale prints and the eyeball. So at this point, we give the shirt to the child to walk over to the station where they'll create some background art on the shirt. At the station, there will be many different sea life shaped sponges. They should be damp, so, not full of water, but damp so that they're not hard. These ones are still dry. Here the kid can take the sponge, dip it into the fabric paint, and do some printing onto the shirt in the background. So these are little whales, and here the child can use their imagination and have fun designing their shirt. Another thing they can do besides the sponge printing is take a straw, dip it into the paint, and make bubbles by dipping it into the paint and printing it onto the shirt. So you should have some helpers at this table showing the kids the different techniques they can use. And voila, there you have your fish printed t-shirt. At this point, we give the child their t-shirt and have them hold it very carefully like this so that they don't touch the paint on anything as they transport it. Generally, we hang these up to dry on the fences around the kindergarten playground. They can be hung on the railings to go into the classroom or the fences. So there is a bin of clothespins that you should bring out with the paint and the other supplies. And then they can clip the shirts up onto the fences all around. And by the end of the day, they're usually dry and can be taken down. At this point, when we send them home with the children, they can just be washed and laundered normally through the wash. The paint stays on very well. And sometimes the kids all wear them the last week of school one day. Sometimes it's the day when they go to the playground for a special field trip. So that's fish printing.